another practice, another good practice. You guys haven't had a ton of these this year. Can you maybe just describe, like, you're putting out big fires for the first few, but maybe having a chance to drill down on some smaller stuff as time goes on and just get some fixes?
Yeah, more minor details, more running routes and finding out where we need to be on just some transitional plays. That was more the focus on today. And, I thought we played a pretty good game yesterday, defended well. Maybe we could have generated a little more offensively, and that probably offense starts with how we get the puck through the neutral zone. And so we wanted to work on that. Obviously, when you're playing every second day, practice time, it's minimal. But we're at least able to touch on some things where the first 7 weeks of the schedule, we had almost none of it.
Don't want to pry, but before practice starts, you sit and have a little chat with Leon Draisaitl. Maybe just give us a thought. I don't know if you'll tell us what the topic is, but just the value in having opportunities to do that as well.
I think there's many opportunities to talk to the players, whether it's morning skates days or practice days. But Leon and I were just talking about the game and how our team's been playing, and I always appreciate their perspective on what they see and how we can be better, whether that's a fourth line guy or a superstar. I think it's important because they see things through a different lens than the coaches, and the coaches are sometimes just looking at a tactical thing or maybe player personnel and maybe are way off on something. But we're just talking about where the team is, and we put in a pretty good effort the other night, but unfortunately we came up short.
One goal in the last 2 games, Kris. What have you liked defensively, specifically about your team?
Well, first and foremost, we can't ignore the play of Stuart Skinner. The last 2 games he's played incredibly well, and anytime the goaltender's playing well, he covers up mistakes, and because certainly there were mistakes and we gave up some chances, but when the save is made, it's easily to you can forget about the mistake, and it's not amplified so much. But overall, I think we've had pretty good defensive outings. We look back at the Tampa Bay game, Florida, not so much the Dallas. Obviously, the last 2 have been good, but the defensive details, a lot of it's just puck management. And when there are mistakes, and there were mistakes, how well we responded, how quickly we responded to protect the dangerous ice after there was a change of possession. That was something we talked about before the game against Minnesota. They're very good at that, capitalizing on those situations. And, I don't think we were in that situation very often, but when we were, I thought we did a pretty good job on eliminating, making it worse.
Looks like Nugent Hopkins bounces up into that top 6. I know there's that look with him down the middle has to be tempting too, to be that deep. But just a thought on if that's going to stick through the game and why not?
I think Nuge, Leon can both move from left wing with Connor to center, whether it's two center or 3. It is nice having those 3 guys playing together or down the middle. Nuge's last 2 games has been really good. He's played extremely well last night on the face-offs, won a lot of key face-offs for us. He was a little more in the shutdown defensive responsibility. But, I think right now with the missing some winger depth, we're missing Kappen and Roslovic, just a little more tempting to move up Nuge to play in that situation.
Any update on Jake Wallman? He did not practice today.
Yeah, Jake will be a while. He's, and when I say a while, maybe a week or something like that. Right now it's just healing well, but it's just taking time.
Kris, how would you assess Matt Savoy's season so far? I know the points don't necessarily stand out as much, but what do you notice as a coach of his play as a rookie?
He's been playing really well. It's coming to the National Hockey League as a full-time player, play top line. Yeah, very difficult, but I thought he's done well. And it's tough to score regularly 5-on-5 in this league. You look at the point leaders, a lot of their offense comes from special teams. And yes, Matt's on our second unit power play, but it doesn't see much time there to get those power play points. 5-on-5. I think he's feeling more comfortable. He's starting to make some plays. But I just like his all-around game. I think he's been very solid in our defensive zone. Offensively, he's making some more plays. But, that'll increase as he gets more familiar with the game, playing here and playing with his teammates. But overall, I've been impressed.
Is his biggest attribute or biggest asset to his game is his ability to attack and not maybe defer? I know some players, not saying that they always defer to Connor and Leon when they're on the line with them, but his ability to kind of take the puck himself and make plays himself.
Well, he takes the puck to the middle of the ice. He takes it to the dangerous ice. He's not playing on the perimeter. So often guys play with Connor and Leon, they want to give him the puck, but it's on the perimeter where they get the puck on the wall and they stay there looking for those guys, which isn't very, not very dangerous. Even if you do get the puck to Connor and Leon, they are still not in a very dangerous position. But what happens is you attack the middle of the ice with the puck. It usually draws 1, 2, sometimes 3 defenders. Now you get the puck. That's what you want. That's what makes a player dangerous, who make a play and create some offense. So I like that part of his game, and I think we'll just see more of it.
Kris, when you talk about players seeing things through a different lens from a coach to a superstar like Connor McDavid, he recognized last night that there may be a couple opportunities where he could have shot instead of passing the puck. How much you talk about the guidance and the instincts between trusting him to do what he knows he needs to do versus what you're seeing on the ice, shots and passing, things like that?
Yeah, shooting's down a little bit. I'm not, maybe not from this year, but the year that he scored 60-plus goals, I know he had averaged, when we were just looking at it, it was about 4.2 a game, and right now he's about 2.5 a game, or 2+. And, when the team's playing better and you're spending more time in the offensive zone, you're getting more power plays. That's another thing of it. We don't get very many power plays. There's a lot of shot opportunities. The other night, there's 2 plays in particular that he definitely could have shot, but when it doesn't get on net, you think, well, I should have shot. But if that pass is executed, that's an incredible play. And the 2 situation I'm thinking about is he had kind of a 2-on-1. The defenseman was totally out of sorts. He was swimming. He just swung his stick, and he was able to break up a pass. If that pass is executed, the likelihood of that going in is a lot better. The other one was in the second period. He attacked down the middle of the ice, and yes, he could have taken a backhand shot, and chances of that puck going in is maybe 10%, 5% at best. And yes, he could have taken that shot. He makes a pass, and he was trying to hit Savoy backdoor, and it grazes off Hyman's skate. If that puck didn't bounce off Hyman's skate, that's probably likelihood of that pass going through is probably 30 to 50%. So yeah, when pucks don't get on, when you have an opportunity and they don't get on net, you think, oh, I should have shot. But when the passes are made, it's, yes, that was the right play. So Connor's pretty good at deciding when to shoot and when not to.
Trent Frederick's in that vortex. He's not playing well enough to get a bunch of ice time from you, but he's probably not getting enough ice time to play real well. How does a player work himself out? How does that player work himself out of that?
Yeah, Trent is... I saw some things that I liked the other night. It just has to work hard and be ready for an opportunity. If the other guys in front of him are doing their job and playing well, you might have to wait a little bit longer. But somebody, whether it's an injury or get into my doghouse, you're looking for a replacement, somebody to get more opportunity. You better be ready. And I think Trent's disappointed with the season. I certainly expect more from Trent. I think he has a lot to give us and help our team. But right now, it's it'd be nice to give guys ice time to work their way out and play well. But also, there's a balance on being able to step up and making something happen on their own.